Hello, everybody. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, dear friends and family. This is yours truly, Olajumoke, Baroness J, founder, Sistas and Divas, and Women Against Gangs and Knife Crime. I'm here. I'm actually just waiting for someone. We are on our way to the service of songs for the murdered Nigerian boy Abram Badru. He's being buried tomorrow. They are holding the service of songs today, so we're just on our way there. I'm talking about, everything I talk about, nowadays, will more or less, most majorly, most importantly, or most definitely be about the issue, on the ground at the moment, because it's become my life right now. Everything else has kind of like moved to second place. So, I announced yesterday another date for, or should I say date for a second SADE peace march. I wasn't going to do this before, but then I just thought, I've been saying I don't want to just do things and just stop and then move off. What we've committed to doing this campaign, this project, this initiative, to go with it long term, which means the things that we do have to be consistent. They need to go on, at least for the foreseeable. I don't know for how long, but it's not going to be a short-term thing. We need to keep going. And the reason for the march, if people have actually, said to me, is the march is really necessary. And a part of me wants to say, well, people march all the time, but then when you actually look at it, who are the people that actually march all the time? The marches I've been to, organized by people in the community, that's the African and Nigerian community, I've always been, my person I'm waiting for is here, I've always been at the High Commission when they, protesting against the government, against Buhari, against all those kind of people. But when it comes to something as important as this, our people very, very rarely respond. And I'm thinking this is as important as it gets. This is a matter of life or death involving one of our children. I'm even saying let's go out there and march. If you know about, there's a church in Brixton called Spark Nation. It's a church of young people. They had the march and they came out in their hundreds, But we're talking about parents, and parents are not coming up, So we didn't need to hold these marches. We need to hold these marches, and the purpose for the marches is, it's not that we want to go and fight. We don't want to go and fight or be aggressive or scream abuses at anybody, like the kind of marches we have that they have at the High Commission. But these are just marches, peaceful marches, to demonstrate collectively as a community, how we feel about what's going on. To demonstrate collectively that these things that are happening, enough is enough, and that's what we've been saying. Enough is enough. We want it to stop, but also we need our government that is responsible for the safety of our children, that is responsible for the safety of the populace, to actually get up and do something. Because it's not enough somebody just getting up, maybe once every 6 months, just paying lip service, saying some sweet words, and then that's it. We don't hear anything from them after that. We want them to do something about this issue once and for all. But guess what? I was at a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and one of the things that came out is that, yes, people talk about these things on social media, we talk about it in our living rooms, we discuss it with our friends, but they don't see a collective feeling of moral outrage from the community. That's... Hold on a second. Hold on, please. I'm trying to ouch. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Fix my seatbelt. There's no moral outrage. That's the community coming together and going out there to blow up and make noise and scream and shout about these things. By the way, I'm here with Dazzling Daisy, and we're attending this event together. We're attending both as Mothers Against Gangs and Knife Crime, Sistas and Divas, and then our own individual, so because we're working on this together on all kinds of levels. So, like I was saying, there's no sense of moral outrage that, black people are angry about these things. Yes, they know we are angry, but there is no demonstration of it. You know, so they can get away with, if they don't really say much now, we too can sit now, it's their children. You know, because that is, if you look properly, that seems to be the kind of attitude we get in that, I beg. Like when we went out on the march with Daisy, for example, on the bus tour on Monday, for example, that was what some of the people were saying to us. It's your law, innit? It's your kids, innit? It's black people, innit? You know, why people saying that to us? Even some black people did not even want to talk to us. It was like, hey, please don't bother me. I can't be bothered. I'm not interested. So when you look at it from all angles, it's like publicly, when people look at us publicly, it's like we can't be bothered. Oh my God, this song. It's like we can't be bothered. We're not talking about it. We're not reacting. We don't see black people coming together, releasing a statement. Organizations representing Nigeria or representing Africans, there's nothing. Our governments are not talking, you know. So, which is why we need to keep on at these protests, at these demonstrations. It's not just writing on Facebook. Writing on Facebook, the people that need to sort this out for us, I need to look into this and find lasting solutions to this problem. I'm not reading your Facebook messages. They don't care. Even if they read it, they don't care. But something that is going to say to the whole world that, look, people are rising up. People are rising up as a community against their own government. It will embarrass the government into acting. Because you can't sit down and keep on, hoping that if we talk or we hold the workshops we're having, yes, we're going to keep on at those ones. That is background work. That is work that we need to do behind the scenes. We're going to keep up at the workshops, the seminars, the talking, all kinds of events that we're planning and the ones that we're doing already. But how about outwardly? How about showing the world? When the world sat up and recognized the Bring Our Girls Back movement, it's because of the protests. It's because people went out and brought it to the attention of the world. When are we Africans going to get up and bring it to the attention of the world that black boys are being slaughtered on the streets of London, and show it to the world and embarrass our governments into doing something? When people when they see 10,000 Africans on the streets of Greenwich or the streets of London, the government will know, okay, this is time for them to act. We cannot just sit back. Or when we call matches, only 15 people turn up. Meanwhile, there are 2 million Nigerians in London alone. But we call matches, 10 people turn up or 15 people turn up, all women. Or maybe you have 1 or 2 talking men. We need to really get our acts together. We need to get up. We've called another march date for the 26th of May. That is on the last Saturday of this month. And we need to come out, because we did one a couple of weeks ago, but we need to keep doing it. And when we finish with Greenwich and we're going to start moving to other boroughs, this has to keep on going. And then the bus tour as well, they are having another one on the 7th. Is the 7th of July? Or the 5th of July, exactly. So we're gonna keep at it. So far, within the Nigerian community in the southeast, these are the 2 ones I know. All the other ones that are happening are not even happening by Nigerians. The Spark Nation is a church of young people and former offenders led by Pastor Tobi Adegboyega. And I saw a video of the ones that young people who come out, young black from all nations. Okay, and I felt envious, and I also felt, I don't know if I should say I felt proud, but I felt envious that if parents will also come out like this, what is it that you can be doing that you cannot give 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday morning to come and talk about something that concerns our children, that concerns our community? And it's not just because I'm the one organizing it. I'm the one that has been given the enviable task. It could be somebody else. It's not because I'm doing it, because Dazzling Days and Kashif are doing it. It could be any other person. But whoever is doing it, let's support each other. This is something that touches our community. It's about our kids. It's about our families. It's about people we might not even know them. But who knows who's gonna happen to them? This is the message you keep giving. It doesn't mean because it hasn't happened to you or somebody you know. This is getting closer and closer to home. And look at how many people were involved in it again just last weekend. Is it because we didn't have, because they didn't all die that we are not talking about it? Thank you very much. Somebody says, please inbox me the schedule of demonstrations. Okay, if you go to my wall, it's all there on my wall. I'll put out the details this evening. Thank you very much for that request. Thank you very much. Please keep the questions coming. We're going to be getting to the Blackwell Tunnel in a few minutes, so I'm going to have to end this in the next few minutes. But thank you very much, and please, when they ask for us to, let's get involved in things about the community. I mean, I asked the question long time, not so long ago, that how many Nigerians or Africans how many are we in London that we cannot watch each other's back? That when we call, if it's a no one, I know today, for example, there are some weddings going on in London, and you go to the halls, they'll be filled to capacity. But come out on the morning and just devote a few hours to show them, because if you don't do it, this thing, what is going to move the hands of the government is when we come out en masse as a community. The government works with numbers. They don't want to see numbers out there. It embarrasses them into action. But when they just see a trickling of maybe 1, 2, or 10 people, they're going to be saying you're not ready. The person that said it at an event, where is the moral outrage from the community? Where is the moral outrage? Okay, the SADE Khan is the mayor of London, but he's not African. So, that empathy kind of like it will be felt, but not as it should be. So he come out, say a few words, but I can guarantee if the kids that this was happening to were Asians, the moral outrage will be a bit. I trust Indians anyway. They will come out, they'll feel Aldgate, they'll feel Southall, and there'll be all kinds of things happening right now. If it was white kids, don't even let's go there. I mean, it's not that white kids, it's not that things don't happen, but if it happens on this kind of level, something would have been done. But us, we happy, to relegate ourselves and to encourage the government to relegate us to the ones that do not matter. Because we don't talk about things that pertain to us, things that affect us. We don't talk about them. We don't make noise about them. Okay, David Lamy spoke up the other day about Caribbeans, this Windrush thing. Who is talking about Africans? We have 5 Nigerian MPs in Parliament. Not a single one of them got up to talk about Windrush, and certainly not a single one of them has got up to talk about Nigerian kids being killed in London. Shame on them. 5 MPs in the Parliament, not a single one of them has gotten up to talk about it. But if they don't want to talk about it, we can forget about them. How about us, the community? How about us as a community? So really, that is my call this evening. That is my little rant this evening. We need to start being a bit more community focused. Especially, it's just a pity that we're talking about community rallying around, or when it concerns an issue of tragedy. But whether or whatever the case might be, whatever is going on, let's get up and rally around and support each other. When there's a call for something that concerns the community, let's all get up and rally around and support each other. And that is when the government, let's take advantage, let's leverage the number. Can you remember the other day when what's his name now, David Cameron came to Festival of Light? People were talking, because he recognized the fact that the Africans, there are a lot of them in this country, and when he kind of rubs them on the head a little bit, maybe that will sway the votes. Okay, let's leverage the number. The government knows how many of us, how many Africans. Don't even let's limit it to Nigerians now. Let's say the 2 million Nigerians. If you put all the other African countries citizens in London together, they still will not match the number of Nigerians. But let's add them all together. We're looking about at least going to 4 million. Well, let's get that number together. If you get 1/10 of 4 million Africans on the streets of London protesting about the death of young Africans or young black children on the streets of London, you see how fast the government will move. Anyway, we're just approaching the tunnel now, so I'm going to have to end this broadcast. But thank you for watching. This was an impromptu broadcast. I didn't plan it, but thank you for watching anyway. And please do share this message, share this video, and don't forget the date for the second SADE Peace March, 26th of May 2018, and we're going to be meeting at the O2 from 10 o'clock, marching from O2 Greenwich all the way to Woolwich, and then of course the bus tour, that is the 5th of July. You get details of that one later on. They'll all be on our pages, on my page and on Daisy's page. Thank you very much once again. Over and out, and see you at the next recording. Thank you very much. God bless you.